get this party started right now. You may begin climbing. Begin climbing now.
For those climbers who prefer natural rock, indoor climbing facilities are great as a training ground or a place to get in some climb time off-season. However, when these facilities are turned into a competition ground, you get a unique environment dedicated to intense, dramatic action.
The Passion for Flashin is an annual climbing competition here held at Vertical in Never St. Paul. And basically it's a gathering of all the climbers in the community. Today we had 180 some climbers here. And it's just a good gathering. It's time for everybody to get together, see old friends, and then challenge each other and challenge yourself. A competition is a great opportunity for climbers, experienced climbers, to really push themselves and really see where they're at. Because there's no holds barred. It's give it your all and do the best that you can and see what happens. And so it's a really good opportunity for climbers to just go at it and give everything they got and see what happens. And that's what makes it fun.
Climbers can go all out because the environment is safe. When top roping, the rope is secured from above. When lead climbing, the climber clips in at various points to secure themselves as they climb. And when bouldering, they climb short, intense routes over heavily padded floors. With all of these precautions, the risk is minimal.
So it's totally safe. Since he's hooked up to the top rope, he can't fall as long as you're attentive at this end.
That is correct.
That's one of the things that makes a climbing gym nice, is the risks and the dangers are limited as best we can through the safety equipment and the training that we can provide. Give it your all. Remember, it's whoever gets first. Okay, so go for it. Don't hold back. Give you a chance to shine. Okay. Well, the comp essentially has two stages. It has the open format at the beginning where all the climbers climb together and they get to watch each other climb and they get to share information and they climb together and try their hardest. And then we tabulate the scores and we take the top climbers from each category and we give them a final. And the final is done almost the opposite. They don't get to see each other climb. They have to do it individually. We pull them into what we call isolation, and we will take them down, show them their climb that they're going to get to try. They get 5 minutes to preview it, ask any questions of the route setter, then they're brought back into isolation and they climb one at a time without being able to see each other. And that is what is called on-site climbing, and it just adds another element of challenge to the process.
For climbers, the flash means to successfully and cleanly complete a climb on the first attempt. Combine that with it becoming quite the passion for many people. And you've got passion for Flash.
I just started really liking rock climbing a lot because of its uniqueness. I just got into it because of my sister, and I just liked it ever since. It's just really fun to do. And you meet a bunch of new people, and they're all really fun people to be with. My favorite type of climbing is bouldering. They're shorter, so you don't have to worry so much about the endurance, and you can have a really cool route in just a short amount of time. And it's just really cool, the people's imaginations and ideas of what they can come up with routes. Some people might think it's something that just guys can do, and they can do it really well, but it's nice to know that there are a bunch of us girls too who can do just as well as some guys.
Whoever is doing it, male or female, passions to climb develop for many reasons.
Well, the main thing that drives me is probably the atmosphere of climbing. It's laid back. You're more relaxed on the wall. You don't think as much. You don't have anything running through your head. You just kind of go. And then the competition, it's tense because there's other climbers competing against you, and you just have to kind of knock that out of your head. This is what I do. If you get all that nervousness out of you, you can perform better.
Nervousness in climbing is understandable, and it can be more than competition butterflies.
Climbing is, well, it's a mental game and also a physical game, so you gotta balance it. Especially with lead climbing, it's really scary, so you gotta figure out how to keep that fear under control, I guess. But it's really fun, it's a good exercise.
This is a puzzle, so you're actually going, in your mind, totally focused on solving a problem, working on a project. Tell me what's involved with something really intense.
Well, when it's something really intense, everything has to be perfect, like how you grab the hold, where your feet are, how much chalk you have on your hands sometimes, and everything's just gotta click. I've worked climbs for 5 days straight, and on the last day I finally done just because I had learned all the moves and I knew everything perfectly, I guess you could say.
And sometimes you're going so intense that you've just got enough energy where you might get it, you might not.
Yeah, that's really true. Between attempts, I've rested for almost an hour before trying again sometimes, just because you don't want to wear yourself out too much. and go right again.
And that climb might only last 5 minutes or a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, some climbs last 30 seconds. Like boulders last 30 seconds.
Really intense.
Yeah, they're just really intense. It's a pretty awesome experience.
Awesome is right. However, there is more going on within a climber as they pursue their goals.
It absolutely develops confidence, and there's a lot of cognitive problem solving on these. You have to strategize where your hands are going, where you're placing your feet, especially when you get over to the bouldering routes. There's a lot of strategy in that, and as the difficulty goes higher, you're adding in a more physical challenge.
A physical challenge means great work.
People coming in, they're accomplishing something with their body to be able to do a great workout. It's a full body workout, so that's a good accomplishment, but also the sense of satisfaction, the sense of accomplishment in completing a climb, especially as you do an easier climb to a harder climb to a really hard climb, and you've been working on that climb for a really long time, then one day you actually complete it all the way to the end. That's really, really cool, a great sense of accomplishment.
And you can go at your own pace.
And then when you get this done, you got another puzzle, so a lot of problem solving that can be done in different applications.
That's true.
Yeah.
And there's always some bigger challenge. So you never say I'm done.
Right.
You always have something else.
Right.
At these indoor climbing facilities, the routes are regularly switched out to continually give climbers new challenges. And for competitions like Passion for Flashin, Vertical Endeavors reworks everything.
We basically turn the gym into a brand new gym. We take all the holds down and we put up all brand new climbs for our climbers to try. And they vary in difficulty depending on what we need for the competition. And the idea is to give our climbers as many different climbs to try to give as much challenge as possible. None of the climbers have ever seen or climbed any of these climbs before. They're all brand new and they're put up just specifically for this event.
The camaraderie, the challenges, and the satisfaction of accomplishment are all appealing elements of any competition. But in nearly all sports, the final goal ends with the outcome of the competition. Although with climbing, there is always something more.
Other sports is just competitive. That's what the sports is based off, is be competitive. Climbing is more of like self-benefit, and you don't have to compete to get better. You just do what you like. When you go outdoors, you get to go see all these amazing places. And outside climbing is probably the best thing I've ever done. It's just, you can just look up at the rock and it's just amazing. It's also much more of a challenge when you're outdoor climbing. So you have to prepare yourself indoors for that because you don't know what the holds are. You just have to go up and figure it out yourself.
Climbing for a lot of people becomes quite the passion, hence Passion for Flashin. Those of us that get into it live and breathe climbing.
For more information on Life to the Max, go to our website at lifetothemax.tv.